Hello there, back at you with a deck profile for Star Dragon Wheel for future card Buddyfight. I'm doing both Cardfight Vanguard and Buddyfight, and I'll do some videos over Yu-Gi-Oh as well, so you'll see into that. Now let's go on to the deck profile for Star Dragon Wheel. My buddy is a Future Dragon Drum the Neo. Call cost, pay 2 gauge. When he attacks, you put a card from the drop zone to his soul, so he can stack up pretty much, and your soul guard obviously. He has the stats of 535, so pretty good. That 3 credit too. Let's start off with Dragon Arms. I run 2 Dragon Arm cannons, great with critical boost and 2000 power, so makes this 7000 attack with 4 crit, so pretty powerful. That's it for the size 2 Dragon Arms. I run a lot of size 1s Dragon Arms. I run 3 of the Dragon Arm Charger. When he cross-nizes from the field or drop zone, he gets to pay 1 gauge to draw a card, which benefits me, so that's why I run 3 a lot, because I have a lot of gauge to pay for. Speaking of a lot of gauge to pay for, I have 2 Nano Dragon Arms. When he's in the soul of a Neo Dragon, you can pay 2 gauge to destroy a monster on your opponent's field. Really helps out since I'll explain why I can gauge so much in this deck. I run a lot of Dragon Arms more than most people, so I have a lot of soul guards, so he's gonna stack up a lot. Mine's onto the Dragon Arm version, where you play a lot of those, draw, gauge, and then have a whole bunch of soul and your opponent can't do anything about it, so most people don't do that, but I do. And it's gone pretty good so far. Now for the old Dragon Arms that are size 1s, I run 1 Winter. When you deal damage, you can pop a weapon when it's in the soul of a Neo Dragon. I'll explain that later of the combo. And I run 2 Divisioners. When cross-knives, you give the monster 2000 defense, which helps out with 7,000 and 9,000 defense. Most people have to link attack for that. And I run 2 Escavaliers. Escavalier just gives the monster penetrate if it's cross-knives. And I run 2 Vogel's. This one gives the Neo Dragon move. And at first I wasn't playing this because I don't really like the move ability. But it really helps out with now what I'm playing with the deck, so yeah. That's it for the size 1 Neo Dragon Arms. My bad. We run 2 of the new one from one of the new sets of the Dragon Arms. If he's in the soul of a Neo Dragon and attacks, you give an item, one of your items plus 1 crit. So I run items. I run like 3-star sabers, giving full crit. That's pretty good. I run 2 of the OP one, in my opinion, of the Dragon Arm Arch something. I don't know how to say it. It's when cross-knives, when it attacks or is being attacked, if it's in the soul of a Neo Dragon, you nullify all size 2 or lower abilities. So you can start penetrate, soul guard, counter attack, all that stuff, which really helps out the deck, especially with penetrate, so that big soul can't get passed by. And I've run 2 edge shooters. When this is in the soul of a Neo Dragon and attacks, you deal damage. Good combo with Winter, because you can deal damage and then you can pop a weapon without even penetrating or anything. So that's what I like about this. And finally, for the size 0 Dragon Arms, I run 2 of the Gabriel Anchor. He's the spell nullifier, pay a life, play a gauge. If it's in the soul of a Neo Dragon, you take it out and put it in the drop zone and you nullify the spell. Great card because you put this in the drop zone and then drum just get it right back. So every turn you can nullify a spell. That's it for the Dragon Arms. I run 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22 Dragon Arms in total. So most people that's a lot, but my deck's all defense, so it's really good. And I run 3 weapons only, which is Star Saber Asteroid. Pay gauge and pay life to equip it, and it has 5,003 crit. So that Dragon Arm gives it 4 crit, 5,000 power. Pretty good. Onto the Neo Dragons and the rest of the deck. I'm playtesting this out right now, but I don't really like Jackknives, but I'm using them right now. I'm using 1 Jackknife Bond. He pays 2 gauge and puts a card from the drop zone into a soul. He has 626 stats. He has the ability to move and soul guard. And if this card is attacked, you deal damage. So with the edge shooter, that's why I'm running it. Deals 2 damage. So, bam. Then if you have an item equipped, this card gets power plus 2,000 in defense. Then the item equipped gets 2,000 power. So this gets 5. This is 7,000 and most likely full crit weapon sometimes. So very good. Then I run the last 2 Jackknives, which is Jackknife Overdrive. I run him because he pays 2 gauge to put a card from the drop zone. And then if there are 2 more cards in the soul, he gets Penetrate. So it's a free Penetrate with 2,000 power extra. So if I don't have a Scavalier, I can use him. Onto the last 4 Neo Dragons, which is size 2s. Obviously my buddy, which I ran 4 of. It's great to have him. He benefits the game all the time because you get to stack up the soul. I already told him about that. For shields, I run 6 shields. I run 4 protons and 4 earth barrier, 2 earth barriers. Earth barrier nullifies the attack if it's you being attacked, and proton barrier gauges if you're being attacked. Not your monsters, just you. This gains life, which I need sometimes, and this gains gauge. That's why I run 4, because I need a lot of gauge sometimes. Other than that, I don't really use my shields because I have drum using the defense always. I run 2 electric source. Electric source. It puts the top card of your deck into the gauge, and then if you have a card with 2 or more in soul, which most likely you're always going to have, you can gauge by 2. So that's gauge by 3, sorry. So that really benefits the deck now with gauge 3. Then I run 3 space building budge. Each time a Dragon Arm's called, you can gauge by 1. It only activates once, but that gauge really helps. Because you can charge and draw and engage again, so that's really good. And then if you're down to 0, you can destroy this and reveal the top card. If it's a spell, you go back to 2 life. So that's really good. I don't run most of the other cards that people use because I don't have them, but I really would want them. Like I don't know what's called, the spell. If you have 7 or more life, you can gauge and draw. I really need that. I need like 4 of those in this deck. That would benefit so much. So I'm always going to be over 7 life with this deck because of the defense. And then that size 1, if you have 1 or more in the soul, like gauge and draw. So it's like charge and draw 3 times. That's like so good. Onto my rest of the spells, I run 2 proton memories and brave memories. These are the draw power, pay gauge, draw 2, discard your hand, draw 3. If you have 5 or less life with both of these. If I could run more draws, these cards I would, because it really helps out the deck with thinning out the deck and drawing. Because more Dragon Arms you get, the more benefit you can get. And last spell, I run Barrier. Pay gauge, counter, destroy a monster with 3 L's or less defense on your opponent's field. So, gets rid of them. Also, if your opponent's using a spell, and they have a monster with 3 L's and less defense, they can cast that spell, and then you can cast this, and they can't do anything about it, because they can't do anything. They can't cast another spell. So, yeah. And then lastly, I run 3 impact monsters, which is Jackknife, Dragon Wall. I don't have any other impact monsters, but Jackknife Dragon Wall really benefits. He has a stat of 6, 3, 6. My bad. And he has pay 2 gauge and put this on top of the card on the field. So most likely you're gonna put it on top of drum. And he has soul guard. So you can attack with drum, get a whole bunch of soul in, and then you can final phase attack again. So 3 is good enough, and he's really good. I hope you liked it. It's my Star Dragon World. This is my preference for Star Dragon World, so yeah, hope you enjoy. I'll be doing more deck profiles later, and I will be doing other videos on my channel, and I hope you like them. Subscribe and like. Thank you.